What's up, everybody? It is your boy, Money the Dude here, and we are back with some Hero Coliseum, guys. Now, today, we're doing the top 10 best Vegeta figures, guys. Now, this list is going to be drastically different from the Goku list, and I'm going to tell you guys why. So, I don't have a lot of Vegeta cards, and I don't even think there is that many Vegeta figures in this game. I said cards. Figures in this game, enough to do a big 10 out of 10 list without having duplicate figures, like same versions. So guys, just want to point this out. There is a lot of duplicate figures in this. I don't even have the SR Vegeta in this because I don't have him on this list. Other than that, he would be top 5 for me, easily. But I don't have him, and that is the only reason that this list is going to be actually pretty weird. Just wanted to let you guys know that, but by all further ado, let's get on with it. So, number 26, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta. HP is 7,800, attack is 3,200, defense is 1460, speed is 1180. Ultimate attack is Final Flash, and posing skill is the ultimate power. Place on a trigger square to directly attack the opponent's master stacks during that turn only. Top right is just trigger square. Now, overall, I think this might be one of the worst cards in the game because when you level 60 him, he has 4,000 attack with 8 dupes into him. That is chip damage to the master. Now, I know chip damage can actually win you some games sometimes, guys, but overall, the amount of damage that he's going to be doing to the master, even if you put a Piccolo on the field, he automatically becomes useless. Now, you can still make an argument that he's just a body on the field, and you can just put SEC skills on him, and then he's just a big tank. But then he's a tank with only 4,000 attack. He's literally like a Goku Black. And in my opinion, base form Goku Black is still better than him. And Goku Black didn't even make the Goku list. Now, guys, that's my opinion on him. He has a top right trigger square. I don't really care about his trigger square. His HP is obviously really high. His attack is terrible. His defense is eh. And his speed is obviously trash, but you're going to go second with him. That is why he's 10, guys. Now, number 9. Speed Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, OG Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, the first version. Now, number 211, Vegeta Super Saiyan 4, level 57 out of 60, because I didn't even need him. HP is 4730, attack is 5450, defense is 1110, and speed is a flat 4000. Ultimate attack is Final Shine attack, and posing skill Thirster Power. Place on trigger square for 1.5 times your attack, but your defense and speed drop to 0. This might be the most useless posing skill in the game, guys. Literally, his top middle is his trigger square. He's the most useless. This is the most useless posing skill in the game. You have a better chance of getting the Vegeta Blues, ignoring defense. This is the most, and when I say the most, I literally mean it is the most useless posing skill in the entire game. Like, I just see no reason why you would use him. I don't. Honestly. Like, number 9, like, now when I say there's going to be duplicates, his attack version's on this list, just like the other attack version of Blue Vegeta's on this list, and these are all UR, so I'm going to, obviously you're going to see this, I'm going to stress it in the, I'm going to stress it in, I might not stress it in the thumbnail, but I'm going to stress it in the title. These are all UR Vegetas. This is one of the worst ones. You can honestly make a case for him being one of the worst. The only reason I could see you running him is if you just want to run a speed figure and you don't really care about posing skills on the team. You can just run him wherever on the field. Other than that, knock yourself out. In my opinion, he's still terrible. Now, number 8. Attack Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Now, I'm actually lenient on him. I am. Because attack up A, speed up A. He still isn't. He's not terrible. He isn't. But I don't like his posing skill. Now, number 212, Vegeta Super Saiyan 4, level max 99, HP is 5050, attack is 8340, defense is 950, and speed is 2840, posing skill Thirster Power. Place on trigger score for 1.5 times your attack, defense, and speed. Place on an trigger score for 1.5 times your attack, but your defense and speed drop to 0. Top middle is your square. Top middle is his trigger square, and Final Shine attack is his ultimate attack. Now, I give him a little leniency because he's like an Ultra Instant Goku situation where you can run him on a defensive team and you can run him on a speed team. But in my opinion, his posing skill is so terrible, I don't really care. I don't. And I'm not even being like I'm not trying to be funny. Well, I can kind of be funny because he literally is a terrible opposing skill. Whoever made this opposing skill is awful because now we have figures that easily do the amount of damage he does, no problem, without having to risk going in the middle and having 0 speed. The only reason I could see you running him is if you have a Toa and you know they're going to put the figure that you switch to top middle. Fine, go ahead and screw it. But other than that, I see no reason. Now, number 7, I'm not even trying to fly through this list. These Vegetas are just so bad. Like, so bad. It's when we get into the top 5 where these could literally be some of the best figures in the game. Number 7. I have a lot, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10, yeah. Number 7. Now, number 25, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta. Level max 99, HP is 6510, attack is 6550, defense is 1640, and speed is 2270. Ultimate attack is Final Flash, and posing skill, the ultimate power. First of all, don't ask me why his ultimate attack is Final Flash, but he does Super Gallic Gun is his pose, figure pose. Dibs just didn't care. Posing skill, the ultimate power. Place on a trigger square to directly attack the opponent's master stacks during this turn only. Top right is the trigger square. Now, as you see, I have a 1 skills on him because back in the day, OG figures, you could run that and it would be very viable and you more than likely could win in some situations. But as soon as you put a Piccolo on the field, he becomes useless, guys. Really. But he's not as useless as you think because 1, could technically still run him on a defensive team. 2, his stats are actually pretty nutty. They're actually pretty disgusting. HP is really solid. Attack is super solid, and I have 10 dupes into his attack. Defense, really good. 1640 is actually a really good attack stat. Really good defensive stat. That's actually pretty solid, guys. Speed is 2270. Not the fastest figure in the game, but he makes up for it in all the other stats. Now, his trigger square top right, I don't have a problem with him being 1 trigger square. I kind of wish you could put him in the bottom in some way, but that would make him a little bit more broken than he should. Now, guys, I have no issue with this figure at all. I honestly think he's just a good figure, but he is not as good as the top 5. The top 5 has literally 2 figures. Literally 2 of the figures are dominate the list. So, number 6, guys. Speed Big Bang Vegeta, who I also have 10 out of 10. I have a lot of 10 out of 10 figures on this list. Number 24 Vegeta, level max 99, HP is 4120, attack is 5750, defense is 1690, speed is 4560, ultimate attack is Final Flash, that makes sense. And then posing skill Super Vegeta, place on a trigger square for plus 1000 to your attack stacks during that turn only. And then minus 700 defense to your attacked opponent, to attacked opponents, preventing them from switching places until the next turn. Top middle, bottom right is his trigger square. Now, HP is really solid. HP is a little low. I don't know what I was going to say. HP is really low, but that's not an issue with me. Attack, really good considering he gets 1,000 attack buff, so he's going to have 6750 after the attack buff activates. That is pretty disgusting, guys. That's really gross. Considering he's an OG figure, that is disgusting. Defense is 1690, solid defensive stat, higher than his. And his speed is almost double, literally more than double his. He is a far superior figure than a lot of figures in the game. I like the fact that he locks people in place when you attack them, but the only issue with that is how many times are they really going to survive? If you're attacking a figure and they're just throwing him out there, yeah, you're attacking them, you're locking them in place, and you're dropping their defense by 700, which is a significant drop, because if I attack a figure, they lose 700 defense, SEC skills is going to cover that difference when it activates, but he's still losing it. It's a guaranteed loss of defense. It doesn't matter. Yeah, minus 700 defense to attack opponents, preventing them from switching places until the next turn only. They don't have that defense anymore. I don't think they do. Actually, no, I don't think that defense buff stays, right? Yeah, because it didn't say repeatable. Yeah, I don't think that 700 stays with the opponent. But it's crazy the fact that they lose 700 defense and they're locked in place, which means you can change the path of the game just by attacking one figure. It's not like a bait team that locks everybody in place. That's just a screw up. I've beaten modders with this. Go check out Mug vs. Modder. I forget what the title of the video was, but Super Saiyan 4 Goku was the thumbnail. because this figure won me the match because I locked somebody in place and he couldn't use 01 skills to counter me. Or he couldn't use Ultra Instinct Goku to counter me. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And he just changes games. The attack buff is insane, guys. I have nothing bad to say. I really have nothing bad to say about this figure. He's just not as good as the other versions. So, let's get into it, guys. Alright, guys, number 5. Speed, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta. Number 284. Level max 99. HP is 4430. Attack is 5150. Defense is 1050. And speed is 5840 with 6 dupes into his speed. Ultimate attack is Super Gallic Gun. And Posing Skill, Transcendent Heights. Place on a trigger square for plus 30% to your own damage dealt, minus 10% to damage taken, and also ignore opponent's damage reduction effect when attacking stacks during that turn only. Top, left, bottom, right are his trigger squares. And then the Big Bang Vegeta was top, middle, bottom, right. Overall, I do like this figure. I do like this figure a lot, but I do not like him as much as some other figures in the game. I think there's way better options than him. He is super crazy quick. The fact that he has 5840 speed, but I just can't get over one thing. So HP is 4430. Not bad for an attack figure. Obviously Super Vegeta low attack. Future Gohan Super Vegeta low HP. Future Gohan low HP. Speed Trunks low HP. Videl has a little bit higher of an HP, but other than that, Big Bang Vegeta just had that low of HP. His attack is not the highest. It really isn't. And that's one thing that killed it for me. But his defense is 1050, which isn't terrible. And then his speed is 5840, which obviously is the shining stat in those stats. But the plus 30% to your own damage dealt is really good. But if you only have 5,000 attack, that's really not that crazy of a buff. Like, it really is. Because you can get those with SEC skills on any other figure and outshine him like that. It really wouldn't matter. Also, it's just, there's something about him. He lacks that oomph. Like, I don't run him typically because he doesn't hit that hard when I face defensive teams. Like, when I test an attack figure, and I really want to test their limits, and I really want to test how good they are, put them against a defensive team, and how will they fare? How much damage will they deal against a Vados? That's always how I differentiate great attack figures to top tier, Z tier characters like Ultra Instinct Goku, Godku, Attack Super Gogeta, Attack Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. That's where I really separate themselves from the pack, is how much damage do you do against a Vados, Super Vegeta, how much damage do you do against a Vados with fully SEC skills, defensive up SEC, and defensive up F. He really doesn't do that much damage, but the minus 10% to damage taken is really good. Like, I can't complain about that. And then also ignore opponent's damage reduction effects. So when someone's trying to lower the amount of damage you're going to be doing, like Super Saiyan 4 Goku, that doesn't matter to him. That's a really good part. That's the only reason he is in the top 5, is that part right there, guys. But number 4, this might hurt you guys' feelings a little bit. Yeah. This was a hard one. This was a super hard one to judge. So number 325. Vegeta Super Saiyan 4. Level max 99. HP is 5170. Attack is 5170. Defense is 1040. Yeah, man, this is such close stats. And then speed is 4850. Ultimate attack is Final Shine Attack. And Posing Skill, Princely Pride. Place on a trigger square for plus 700 to own defense. Plus 20% to own damage dealt. And then plus 10% to damage dealt by all opponents in the field. Stacks during that turn only. Top left, top right are trigger squares. Now, the only reason I have him higher on this list than the Speed Blue Vegeta, New Blue Vegeta, is for 2 reasons. One, he gives himself a defensive buff. Yes, that Blue Vegeta is taking 10% less damage, but I like when figures give themselves an actual defensive buff. Like, because that 700 is crazy. That is a defensive up SEC buff right there. So if you really wanted to use him on an SEC, on a defensive team, which you're never going to run on because of the speed stat, but plus 700 speed, he's now going to have 1740 defense. Another one, that is 2440. That's crazy. And then the defensive up F, that is now 2740. The amount of defense he has is already crazy. But the fact that he gives himself a natural 20%, just like the Blue Vegeta, he gives himself 30, he gives himself 20. Now, what really makes him better than him is that he makes everybody do 10% more damage on the field. So you run him with a Future Gohan and a Speed Vegeta, the damage is crazy. Or him with a Champa and future Gohan, or him with a Champa and speed Vegito. The combinations are endless, guys. But the fact that he does ridiculous amounts of damage, he tanks, he does ridiculous amounts of damage, not ridiculous amounts, but average decent amount of damage, and then the plus 10% of damage out, he's like a Godku. He really is. He's like a Godku. He just does so much for the team in so many ways, and he provides support with the plus 10%. He's a god tier figure. He's not a god tier figure, but he's really good. He's A to me. He's A tier. He's not Z, but he's A. He's close to Z, though. He's really close. Like, if that 20% was 30%, then you'd have him Z tier, guys. But number 3, Attack Big Bang Vegeta. Now, you're probably wondering, Muggs, how do you have him 3 and you have the other one at 6? I'm going to tell you. It's simple. Number 23, Vegeta. Level max 99. HP is 5700. Attack is 6810. Defense is 1120. Speed is 3300. Ultimate attack is Final Flash. Poison skill Super Vegeta. Place on a trigger score for plus 1000 to your attack. Stacks on next turn. Minus 700 defense to attack opponents, preventing them from switching places until the next turn. Top, middle, bottom right are trigger scores. Now, what makes him better than him and him? The fact that when he gets that 1000 attack buff, he has 7,810 attack. That already is out damaging him and him. No problem. No problem. And if you really want to get creative with it, put 80 MFA on him, and then he has a 10% damage buff. Cool. You now have a figure with almost 8,000 attack with 10% damage buff, and he's destroying everything. Now, the only issue I have with this figure, and his attack stat kind of contradicts his posing skill. Cool, when you attack somebody, they lose 700 defense, but are you really going to survive if they have almost 8,000 attack, and you're not even going to be locking them in place? You literally will just be destroying a figure, and that second part of his posing skill is kind of useless, but at the same time, he just hits so hard that you can't ignore it. Like, you really can't. And the other 2 figures that are ahead of him are the same reason why they're above him, is they hit so hard that you can't ignore it, guys. But other than that, the fact that if you do survive, that figure is now locked in place and is very vulnerable because he lost 700 defense. So, guys, let's get on with it. 2 and 1. So 2 is him. Number 326, Vegeta, Super Saiyan 4. Level max 99. HP is 6260. Attack is 7360. Defense is 870. And speed is 2350. Ultimate attack is Final Shine attack. And his posing skill is Princely Pride. Just like the other one, just like him. Place on trigger score for plus 700 to defense, plus 20% to own damage out, and then plus 10% to damage out by all opponents, by all allies on the field. Stacks during that turn only. Top left, top right. The only reason he's higher is because he has a crazy high attack stat, and you can support him with future Gohan, and you can support him with future Trunks, and then you can just run crazy fast figures with him, and then he will be supporting the crazy fast figures by giving him the 10%. But he is a figure with 7,000 attack. 7,000 attack, and has a natural 20% damage buff. That is Blue Vegeta, new Blue Vegeta, which surprised, guys. New Blue Vegeta is the best Vegeta in the game. Like, in my opinion, it's not even a competition. Nobody is better than him, and nobody is cheesier than him, because he's a cheese figure, and he's Z tier, because how busted he is. That's the reason I had new Blue Goku so high. But the reason I like him, too, is you can run him on defensive teams because his speed stat is still kind of low, where you can actually run him on a speed defensive team and kind of get away with it. Same thing with future Ultra Instinct Goku. You run him with a Piccolo or an Avados, you're tanking. Or him with, actually, if you ran him with a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and then Avados, you would have a 3-lane setup and you tank, because the fact that you gain 700 defense, he'd have 1570 defense. SEC skills again, that is 2270 defense. Another 350, that is 2500 defense on a figure with 6000 attack, 6000 HP, 7000 attack, and he's going to be tanking from the Vados. He is a figure that is super underrated, and I don't see a lot of people using it. He also has 2 trigger scores, guys, but let's go over the best figure, the best Vegeta in the game. Like, top tier. Number 283, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta. Level max 99, HP is 3980, attack is 8930, defense is 1050, and speed is 1850. Ultimate attack is Super Gallic Gun, and then potent skill is Transcendent Heights. Place on a trigger score for plus 30% on damage out, minus 10% damage taken. Also, ignore opponent damage reduction effects when attacking. Stacks are in that turn only. Top left and top left and bottom right are church squares. Why is he the best figure in the game? You said. Why is he one of the best figures in the game and is the best Vegeta in the game in my opinion? The natural 30% damage buff is too much. It's literally too much. They went overkill with this figure. They really did. They don't go overkill with a lot of figures. Like Tella was overkill, Fidel was overkill. Vados, in my opinion, was still overkill to me. Who else? Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta honestly was overkill, but they're just good figures, like they really are. And then Jiren, I think Jiren was a little overkill, the attack version, just like Ultra Instinct Goku. But you can run him on speed teams. You just have to run a fairly fast team, or you have to use Bay 18 to catch them off guard, lock them in place, and then run a fast team, attack them directly, and win. Because that's what my team was for. But the fact that he ignores damage reduction effects when attacking makes him one of the most busted figures in the game. Because if you run a defensive setup, which is the classic Piccolo, Vados, him bottom right, he gets a natural 30% damage buff, and if you put SEC skills on him, that's 20% right there. So that's 50% damage buff with a man who has 9,000 attack basically, and you can't lower the amount of damage he's going to be doing unless you lower his attack, physically lower his attack stat. You can't lower the amount of damage he's going to be doing unless you have a Trunks, I believe, that has, also ignore opponent damage reduction. Yeah, you just can't do anything. You physically can't do anything about him hitting you so hard. It doesn't matter. He has 9,000 attack, and if he gets SEC skills, he will be hitting the Master for 15k tops. And if you have a 10 out of 10 Vegeta, I would like to see somebody with a 10 out of 10 Vegeta, because what would his attack stat be? His attack stat would be 9,830 would be his attack stat. And he would be getting a natural 30% damage buff. And you couldn't ignore damage reduction. He's just the most busted figure in the games, guys. Like, he's one of the most busted figures in the game. I didn't really think about this, but he's busted. He's severely busted. Dimps, what were you doing, guys? Now you can run him on speed teams. You can run him off trigger square, and he's still going to be hitting hard because he has 8,000 attack. It's the same thing with him. You can run him off trigger square. You can run him off trigger square. You can run really all of these figures off trigger square, but your team won't be doing as optimal as possible. Your team won't be optimal as possible because you're missing out on some key posing skills, like him giving everybody 10% damage buff, or him locking somebody in place. Him not so much because he's just a body, and if you can attack directly, go ahead and do it, because I've won games with that mechanic. These guys are useless. That posing skill is garbage. He's better than him just simply due to the fact that you can run him on multiple setups. The other one, it's going to be very hard for you guys to run him on a multiple setup. And there we go. The thing fixed itself, guys. But that is going to do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. As always, I hope to catch you all in the next video. Deuces, everybody.